Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So today we are diving into an exciting topic called Delta queries. So if you ever wondered how apps keep data up to date across devices without downloading everything every time, this video is for you. We'll cover what Delta queries are, why they matter, and how to implement them using the raw API calls on Microsoft Graph. So without further ado, let's get started. So let's break it down. What are Delta queries? So delta queries are way to fetch only changes or deltas in dataset since the last sync. Imagine you're building an app that syncs calendar events instead of pulling the entire data every minute. So delta queries let you grab what's been deleted, updated, or added. So this saves bandwidth, reduces latency, and keeps your app snappy. Now you wonder, why are they important? So real-time sync is critical for apps like email clients, calendars, collaboration tools. So Delta queries makes this efficient by reducing the server load, improving user experience, and they are widely used in the APIs like Microsoft Graph. So without further ado, let's explore that out. Now, where to start? So before we jump into the Graph Explorer and see where to start, I want you to have certain things to get that off your list. This is the thing that you'll need. So you'll first have to go to Microsoft Graph Explorer, sign up with a Microsoft account that has access to your calendar data, set up permissions, ensure you have calendar.read permission, understand delta tokens. Delta queries return OData next link. So if I can show you that, at the end you see OData next link over here. So this OData link tracks the state of the last sync, and you'll save this link for the next sync. And then you'll have to plan your sync logic, decide how often to sync and how to handle changes in your app. So let's get right into Graph Explorer with the real world example. All right. So what you're looking at right now is the calendar view API endpoint. So for an example, we'll use Graph Explorer to sync the calendar events by making the raw API call to the Delta query endpoint. We'll fetch only changes since the last sync and then display them. That's what we're going to do. So let me expand this out. Okay. So in Graph Explorer, I'm going to make an initial Delta query. So if you see, I have Microsoft Graph Explorer, calendar view slash Delta, and this is the start time and the end date time for my calendar events. So if I do this query, it's going to give me the calendar events for the month of July. The start date and end date define the calendar view window. So it is starting from July 1st to August 1st. I'll run this query, and if you see, it's giving me two events. One with, this is the query new event after last query, and the other one that we got is Graph API video test. So if I go to my calendar right now, and you see, I have two calendars listed here for the month of July. Rest of them are not there. Okay, so you see, I'm getting those two calendar events. Now in the Graph API Graph Explorer, if I scroll down at the end, this respond to the event will include a OData next link. What I need to do is I have to copy this and save it for the next sync. So now let's use this link and see what it gives us. So if you see, it is giving us null record right now because nothing has been changed since we last visited. Okay, so nothing has changes if you see. Okay, so right now it is not returning anything. If I go to my calendar and try to delete this event, now deleting this event means something has been changed on my calendar. So if I go back and run the same query, it returns something. There you go, the ID of the calendar event and reason stating it was deleted. Here, see, the old meeting was deleted. Note the remove property which has been listed. And if I add a new property there, new new meeting, it would be added there. So if I query this again, we will get the new meeting that was added. I can't seem to find the new topic. Oh, there you go. New meeting. So the OData next link clearly gave me the new meeting that was added on my calendar. Okay, and the one that was deleted. It showed me that something was deleted. But if you notice, it did not give me Graph API video using the Delta query because that is the old data, which we do not want. We only want new data. So if the response includes OData next query at the end, it means there are more pages or more changes that needs to be addressed. So you will do another GET request to the OData next link to fetch the next page until you get the OData link. So if I scroll down, I only have OData link, but not the OData next link. The OData link will now wait for the next set of records to arrive. So if I query this right now, I'll get null value until there's some change happens on my calendar. So here are a few tips for success. Save the data links securely. In real apps, store the data links in database or secure storage, not just copy manually. Handle errors. Network issues or token expiration can occur, and you need to check for status core 429 errors. That's Graph API rate limiting and retry. Test with small ranges. Start with short date range and Graph Explorer to verify your queries. Monitor API limits. So Microsoft Graph has rate limits, so plan your sync frequency. All right, today's video, guys, you know how to implement Delta queries using Microsoft Graph API. Try it out. Let me know how it goes in the comments. And until next time, happy coding. Bye bye.